Hey, beautiful people. It's your girl, Rocqi, from the It's So Real podcast and Rocqi's Reactions. Please subscribe and help us get monetized. So today on Rocqi's Reactions, after I just reacted to the movie Professor Marston and the Wonder Woman, and it was talking about polyamory, I really just was like, both in the context of society shaming same-sex relationships as well as polyamorous relationships, the shame comes in the sense of shaming sex. And I was like, who gives a fuck? Like, why are we so concerned about sexual activity that has nothing to do with us? Like, are you in the bedroom with the multiple people who are having group sex? Are you in the bedroom with the same-sex couple who's having sex? So why the fuck is it any of your business to then put shame on them for relating to each other the same way you do in your heteronormativity and mononormativity? Let's just ask ourselves these questions, people, because I don't understand. I really don't understand. Well, I understand a little bit Christianity. That's one of it. That's why there's all the shame. You know, it's a sin. Now, mind you, I'm bisexual and polyamorous and damn sure not a Christian. So it's a sin. And so, you know, it's not normal and all this other bullshit. And I'm like, listen, if we're going to look at nature, there's a lot of species who be getting it on with the same sex, okay? Because the one benefit of sex with humans is it's not solely for reproduction. Every time you have sex, you mean to reproduce? Birth control wouldn't exist then, motherfuckers. Anyway. And then as far as monogamy being the norm, again, if you look in nature, if you look at humanity, most of us are non-monogamous. Look at how many cases of infidelity occurs both within marriage and outside of marriage, okay? Look at that shit, number one. And then number two, animals don't have these problems because they don't have the societal mindset of humans as far as having to please others and show face. You know, like it's not relationships, you know, usually. And with animals. But majority of animals are non-monogamous. They're not staying with one mate their whole life. It's only very rare occurrences where that happens in the animal world. Again, humans struggle with it because are we monogamous by nature? You know, I think we're not, but you know, that's a different video. But yeah, back to this whole shaming sex. So when I was breaking down like the shame that happens within polyamory, within queer relationships, yeah, it's everybody thinks it's sex, so it's like let us differentiate. Love is love, and it's multiple loves. And I was like, wait a tick. While that may be true, who gives a fuck if we are in it for the sex? Like, I am more sexually attracted to women than I am men. There's nothing wrong with that. I want to have sex with multiple people. I have had sex with multiple people. Not at the same time. It will be coming. But, you know, again, why is that wrong? We're two consenting adults. So again, why does your opinion when you're not in the room matter? Like, I don't understand what the shame is. You do realize sex is natural. There is nothing wrong with sex. Every species on the planet has sex. Some plant species may be asexual, but we all have sex. And again, we can have sex for reproduction or we can have sex for pleasure. A lot of us, majority of the time, have sex for pleasure. So what is wrong about it, people? Let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts? Because I really be wondering. Like, so when I was younger, I lost changing the language of virginity. I'm teaching my children about their first sexual experiences, but you're not losing anything and we're throwing out the virginity concept. But anyways, my first sexual experience with intercourse was with one of my first relationships, and it was with my first love, okay? Now, mind you, he cheated on me before that happened. Again, case of monogamy not working. But I felt comfortable with him, and that's the decision I made for myself. I was like, I want my first sexual experience to be someone I'm comfortable with, I'm secure with. I'm not like self-conscious of my body. Like, I know like it'll be a good experience. So with my first love, I was like, yes. So after him, I think my second, it was like the stipulation that I need was, oh, I need to be in a relationship to have sex, right? And then that's the stuff that was taught to me being a girl at that time. Well, I say girl at that time because I was younger. Not that, nope, we cis over here, okay? But yeah, so that was what society fed me. You know, you need to be in a relationship in order to have sex. And then around, I think the second guy, we started our relationship the same night we had sex, right? So after him, I was like, wait a minute, why am I putting the stipulation on me that I have to be in a relationship in order to have sex when I enjoy sex and I don't need a relationship? Like, sometimes the physical act is good and pleasurable. So why do I need to get caught up all with the title and the commitment and the expectations and the emotions? You know, why do I need to get all caught up that when I'm just trying to have sex sometimes, you know? So after that, I think the third guy, you won't know my body count, but it's up there. It's not crazy, but it's more than some. So the third guy, we were in a relationship, but then we broke up, but he was a good sex partner. So after we broke up, we were still having casual sex. Because again, I didn't see anything wrong with that, you know, like, again, I'm consenting, he's consenting, it's an enjoyable experience for both of us. Why the fuck does it matter, right? So yeah, and even like in college, we had something called the walk of shame, and it was only taken by women walking back from the apartments of guys back to their dorms, right? And I'm like, why the fuck? I consented. Why the fuck is there shame? Yes, I would rather spend the night with someone I'm sleeping with than walk home in the middle of the night, right? And you know, we couldn't have visitation in our dorms, so. And I definitely moved off campus because I was like, I'm an adult. If my parents weren't this strict, y'all damn sure ain't about to be. Hampton University, goodness. Hopefully y'all change. But anyways, yeah, I still don't understand why there's shame, why there's secrecy, why there's silence, why there's judgment. I don't get it. Like, please help me understand in the comments below. Teach me. Why do people shame something that's natural? I don't get it. And then as far as like the sexualization of women's bodies, because I'm sexually attracted to women, I understand. However, I don't see them as objects. I see them as people, right? Like, concerned. They're people, you know. And it's in the instance of, oh, I think my fiance's home. Hi, baby. I'm recording. Okay. But yeah, so yeah, they're people. Like, again, respected consent. But for me, women, Black women, are the epitome of Mother Earth. Like, from our hair to our just actual wombs, like, we're the first people on the planet giving birth to the world, you know. Our skin absorbing the sun, like, we're literally Mother Earth just in human form, right? So I definitely appreciate the work of art that a woman's body is. Like, it's fucking amazing. But yeah, it's appreciating who she is as well, right? Like, and both, motherfucker. Why y'all on this either or shit? Okay. And then also, like, our breasts are to feed children. Our vagina is to literally, like, I saw somewhere, it's like, women are portals. Like, we have life from before come through us, right? And I was like, that's a magical experience and viewpoint of women. Like, yes, we're fucking portals, okay? And our vagina is the birth to this world. So, like, looking at a woman's body, sexually objectifying it for your own needs, it's like you're forgetting the original purpose of it, right? Like, the original purpose is to bring life into this world. Okay, respect it. Because you here, ain't you? We all came from a woman's vagina or a person with a vagina. Okay. We don't know these days, but, you know, but again, sex is natural. Like it's as natural as that's as natural as you're going to get. Every species does it. We all need to do it to continue life on this planet. Like why is there shame? Why? And now that people are rejecting religion, hopefully they come to the understanding of what religion did as far as our mindset and broaden out of that. But you see with the laws with rape culture and anti-abortion and stuff, like there's still shit. There's still shit. And even the fact that we don't even talk about STD testing proactively, there we go. So like before having sex or any sexual experience, hey, let's go get tested together. So then we can see our results and we're safe, right? But then it's also on the flip, we were never taught, okay, if someone is infected, how can they have a healthy sexual relationship? Like I just learned about PrEP, like, what was the year I went to the Pride? I think it was 2018. I just learned about that then, which is medication that someone who's not infected with HIV takes to prevent from getting infected when they're having sexual experiences with someone who is infected with HIV or AIDS. So yeah, like we don't talk about sexual health like that. And thank God they're starting to talk about consent, in sex education, but there is just a lack within our sex education, within our school system. So we need to talk about pleasure more. We need to talk about consent. We need to talk about sexual health in terms of, okay, again, testing being the priority. Like everybody's like pregnancy. And I'm like, that's cool and all, but let's make sure we not, we're being safe up in here. And then also, what does it look like if someone is infected? Because that's not, oh, they can no longer have no love in their life. Like they're still human. They still have needs. They just also have this condition. So it's like, how are they going to be in the world moving forward? We're not taught that. So it's scary to even get to that point. So if everything was just normalized, then there would be no shame because everything is fucking natural. I'm sorry. I really don't understand it. Like I've never understood it. And my fiance was saying, because his mom's really religious, so he kind of grew up with the shame piece. But for me, my sister got pregnant at 17, so my dad was always talking about sex with me because he didn't want the repeat. So because it was so open and normalized, and I was educated a lot more, then they didn't have conversations with my sister. Because of that, I think that's where it was like the sex positivity happened with me. Because it's like I never got the negative. It was just normal. And then that's why I was like, well, yeah, this is a good thing. Everybody does it. We enjoy it. What's bad about it, And it wasn't until I got older and in college, that's when other people's expectations and viewpoints of sex, they were trying to put it on me. And I was like, back up off me. That's not how this works. Sex feels good. Sex is natural. But you're not about to shame me on something that is natural, that everybody does if they want to do consent, So that being said, if you are ethically non-monogamous and you are in it just for the sex, good for you, boo. And if you're queer and you don't want no love right now, but you want some sex, good for you, boo. Like, there's nothing wrong with sex, people. There's nothing wrong with sex. Consent is everything. But all right, beautiful people, that's all for today. Make sure you check out more of Rocqi's reactions and the previous reaction that I did to Professor Marston and the Wonder Woman, where it talks about a polyamorous triad. And then, yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Can't wait to hear them. And make sure you subscribe. Take care of you. Peace and love.